Hello, I hope you're doing well. This video is just going to be a very chatty video where I give some tips on what you can write about in your journal entries every single day. I actually get quite a few comments and remarks about how, people don't really know how to fill out their daily journal entries. One thing to note is that you definitely shouldn't put the pressure on yourself to completely fill out a full page of journaling because then it ends up just being a stressful thing and another to-do list item rather than something that brings you joy. Definitely no need to be so strict about it, but also, if you want some more inspiration and it's one of your goals to fill out your planners a bit more, then hopefully this video might be a little bit helpful. The first thing that I write about, which is I think pretty obvious, is whatever I did during that day. Yes, I do have the to-do list that shows everything that I did on that day. But a journal entry would kind of expand on that. So for example, I can write about how I feel about what I did, walk through like the flow of the day, and anything that comes up that isn't captured by a simple to-do list. The second type of entry that I'll do is about the things that I buy. And typically I will make little doodles of whatever haul it is, and it can be something as mundane as just groceries, but for me, I find groceries really exciting for some reason. But also if you, I don't know, buy some clothes at the mall or anything like that, I always make a very big deal out of it and I make little doodles. I don't do this every single time, but just if I want to make a journal entry and I don't really have anything else to write about, then this is another idea. Number 3 is a little bit cheesy, but it is my goals and my dreams. So whenever I want to get a little bit deeper in my journal entries, I will write down my long-term personal goals, why I want to achieve them, and my plans for achieving them. And this comes typically rather naturally to me, so it's not like one day I will decide that I'm going to sit down and rack my brain for a deep goal and write down a deep journal entry. But yeah, sometimes if I'm in the mood, it just comes up, and I think if it does for you as well, then you should welcome it and jot down your own goals and dreams as well. Number 4 are books, movies, and entertainment. So whenever I finish a book or watch a movie, or for example, a new Taylor Swift album drops, I make sure to write about it, and if I have time, make doodles in my planner. And this just helps me kind of solidify whatever I consumed, and it forces me to think about it rather than just moving on. But also I think it marks little checkpoints in your life where maybe your life changes just by a little bit. So what I mean by that is especially for books that I read, and Taylor Swift's album Midnights have just basically overtaken my life. So having this mark in my planner is kind of a cool indicator of when this album just became one of my new favorites. Number 5 are recipes. So whenever I bake or cook something new and it turns out well, I will jot down the recipe as a journal entry. And if I have time, I will make little doodles of the ingredients and make it look all cute, but that's definitely not necessary. And I also think if you, for example, make a new recipe and it turns out so good, chances are you will make it multiple times in the years to come. So having, once again, these little checkpoints in your planner of when it all started is pretty cool. Also, it doesn't really have to be a new recipe. If it's a long time favorite and you just never written it down anywhere in any of your planners or journals, I think it's a good way to just document it. And then the last idea that I have is thoughts on world events. So this is a bit of an iffy one. I personally don't write too many political things, nor about world news in my planner. It's a combination of, honestly, my ignorance due to not really reading the news or watching the news, but also I kind of want to just keep my journal a more of a personal space about my personal life and daily life. But from time to time, if there's a huge notable event that you just really cannot miss and it affects my thoughts for the day, then I will write about it. So yeah, go with whatever you feel most comfortable. If journaling about the things that are happening around the world makes you feel better, then that is something you absolutely should do. But if it kind of disturbs your mental peace, then perhaps it's a good thing to leave it off as well. So yeah, those are the 6 main types of journal entries that I make in my daily planner. And I want to emphasize that none of this is necessary for productivity or to be, successful in life. It's just something that I really enjoy and brings me a lot of peace. And if it does the same for you and you need some extra ideas, then hopefully this was helpful. So yeah, let me know if you also have any other ideas, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!